My people, chaos in the Senate chamber yesterday as Akpabio announces the minority leaders' names. Hello and welcome back to NEWSROOM Nigeria. If this is your first time here, please subscribe, like this video, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget to also turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow this channel by giving this video a massive thumbs up as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Just in, are we your slaves? Uproar in Senate over names of minority leaders read by Akpabio. Chaos erupted in the Senate chamber during Tuesday's plenary as Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced the appointment of Abba Moro, PDP Borno South, as minority leader and Osita Ugo, PDP Enugu West, as minority whip. The appointments led to outrage among members of a minority caucus, particularly the Labour Party, who questioned Akpabio's authority to make such decisions without their consent. Both Moro and Ongo, being members of the main opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), replaced Simon Nwakwong (PDP Plateau North) and Darlington Nwokocha Labour Party Abia Central, respectively. Nwakwong and Nwokocha were recently sacked from their positions by the court. Labour Party Senator Tony Nwoye, Anambra North, opposed Akpabio's decision, questioning his right to unilaterally appoint minority leaders. Are we your slaves? Why will the Senate President be picking leaders for us? Nwoye said, directing his frustration towards the presiding officer. Akpabio explains that the appointments were based on the signatures of senators who had agreed to the decision. He further clarifies that he was only acting in accordance with the information provided to him and could not make any changes without proper documentation. Minority, put your house in order first, Akpabio urged the disgruntled senators. The Senate President can only work with what is before me. You have Senator Abaribe and Aliero. Their names are not here. Akpabio also expressed sympathy for the minority parties in the Senate. Since when has the Senate President been appointing leaders for minority parties in the House? I used to think that it was the duty of the opposition parties to come together and decide who they want to be their leader at the level of the Senate. It's just uncalled for. And also considering the fact that the people that were sacked from office that occupied the position before, one was the PDP and the other one was Labour Party. So I think it would only be right, if a Labour Party and a PDP member, one each from the two opposition party was, picked to occupy the vacant position, considering that it was a Labour Party that was occupying the chief whip position while PDP was occupying the other position. It would only be right, if they want to do things fairly, for one PDP membership to be picked and the other one to be a Labour Party. Labour Party is no longer a small party, considering their performance in the last election. And I know that, this was also what PDP considered, when they picked one from Labour Party and one from PDP previously. Well, you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I just think that Akpabio is just trying to institute his authority. It's not like it doesn't know what needs to be done. but it just wants to, you know, like they said, are we your slaves? Why are you going to be picking leaders for us? It just wants to, make sure that he enforces, his power as the Senate president, which is not done. It's not done at all. Before we go, guys, let me remind you that if you haven't subscribed to this channel, this is the right time for you to subscribe. Also, before we go, let's take a look at a few reactions online. Onwari Daniel says, sorry, my dear friend, you are a slave, or you prove him wrong, sir. Ha. Kingsley Ebose says, the party is the one to present who will become their representative as minority leader, not the Senate president enforcing one in the party. Of course, it's not like it doesn't know, like I said, it just wants to enforce its power. Oyichi Oliver says, if you are not a slave, then what are you? Or are you waiting for him to directly call you a slave before you realize that you realize that and where you belong? Abba. Dave Godson says, Uwoye, because you are not the one he picked. Martins Williams says, Akpabio, number 3 authority and head of a legislative arm, the symbol of democracy of a sane country. Sunday Akano says, these people should learn how to play politics. Oppositions should unite to do their work well. Otherwise, some of the few ones will soon decamp to APC. Miriam Abdullahi says, but they are united on their welfare of 160 million SUV. No chaos from oppositions. Abiu, when they decided to get SUVs for themselves, the opposition party did not say, hey, even the Labour Party members amongst them at the level of the house, they did not say that, hey, we do not need an SUV. Just because ministers are, driving SUVs doesn't mean that we should now use government money to buy SUVs for ourselves, especially at this critical, point in time that the country is experiencing, economic hardship. They did not consider that, they should save the money instead of using it to buy SUVs for themselves. The opposition party even did not speak up on that. So why are you speaking up now? Abubo Samson says, a house divided against itself cannot stand. PDP and Labour Party should better remarry and allow the country be at peace. This was not how APC played its opposition. Lastly, Ituma Sonny says, Senator Akpabio only announced on the floor of a house the information he was given. Joseph says, useless bunch of people who are asking poor Nigerians to keep making sacrifices, but they will not. No conscience, selfish and wicked. But I have a dream that one day a Rollins will spring up for Nigeria that will get rid of all of you. You all, let me have your thoughts in the comment section. What do you all think about all of this? Subscribe to this channel also if you haven't already done that. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.